Afternoon, guys. Beautiful day here today. A bit of rain this morning, but turned out to be a beautiful, warm, sunny day. A little too warm, somebody might say. About high 30s, 40 roundabouts, probably looks like 100 degrees Fahrenheit. Just wanted to do a quick video here just to show, just to talk about why I chose to buy CF-Moto over the other brands. So just let me bring the camera in a little closer, and yeah, I'll go through a few of the points on what led me to pick up this machine here. So just give me one sec. Okay guys, so I guess one of the things I did when I was looking for a side-by-side, I went on to some online reviews and watched some videos, online reviews. So the kind of reviews I was looking at, I was not really interested in somebody who didn't own the machine that they were commenting on. So like if there was a Polaris fanboy and he was there saying, oh, Can-Am is garbage, and then had probably never owned a Can-Am, and then you have somebody who owns a Can-Am, and CF-Moto is junk, but they never owned the CF-Moto. So I didn't really pay any attention to any of those reviews. I was only interested in people who actually owned the machines that they were talking about. So in going through those reviews, a lot of the CF-Moto reviews were quite positive. The recurring thing you kept hearing was about how far CF-Moto had come from their early days, I guess. But I mean, it was very similar to when I was a teenager, in the late 80s, early 90s. I mean, Yamaha and Honda, Kawasaki, those were the king of the hill back in those days. Polaris, you wouldn't touch Polaris with a 10-foot pole. And now, half the machines you meet on the trails are Polaris. So, I think every new machine, I think Segway will probably end up going down the same route if they stick with it. Every brand will have growing pains, and from what I saw online, what I've been hearing, stuff like that, CF-Moto is probably now coming out of those growing pains. So, there was good and bad about all the machines, but CF-Moto seemed to be the most positive from what I was seeing and reading. So I just have a few notes here, guys, that's all. So the other one was, it seemed like CF-Moto actually listened to the people that were buying and who owned their machines. By that I mean, like, as an example, these 950s, I think they came out in 2019 or 2020, something like that. And, in the early ones, people would complain about the suspension, or they would complain about this or that, doesn't have enough power, blah, blah, blah. And it just seemed like CF-Moto continually upgraded based on those comments that they were getting back. Even something as simple as the hood, the little cover here over the battery on the front. If you watch some of the earlier ones, it used to have a rubber grommet and a peg that used to go down into that. And a lot of people were complaining about how hard it was to open, and the grommets were breaking off and this and that. So I think in 2022, they now have the little quarter turns. You just turn the latch and it just comes right off. It goes on and off, very, very simple now. So just something as simple as that. So I found that to be quite positive as well. The next one I think is a bit subjective, I suppose, but the looks of the machine. I like how it looks. The only thing I don't like are these stupid looking rocket launchers they have here on the sides. But other than that, I like the look of the machine. I live here in a cabin, in cabin country. And so there's a lot of ATV activity in here. And I've had this machine now a little over a month, and I've only ever seen one other one, and that was actually just yesterday. And so yeah, it's quite unique looking. I do like the look of it, but you're not going to get mistaken for a Polaris or a Honda or something like that on the trail. it's its own thing. So I mean, if you like being a bit different, then that was another one of the reasons that I went with this. The other thing is, compared to the other machines that I looked at, CF-Moto is comes the best equipped right out of the box. So it has a 3,500 pound winch, has the roof, has the beadlock wheels, has the mirrors. That all comes standard. The only thing I added was the half windshield, front bumper, rear box. So all the other machines, well, I can't say I don't understand why, you know why. But if you have a side-by-side, particularly a side-by-side, even some of the ATVs these days, you absolutely need to have a winch. I mean, it's a must-have if you're going out on trails and stuff. So why the other brands don't include a winch as standard? Because they want you to buy a winch, right? Pay extra for it. Same thing with a roof. I mean, you almost need a roof, whether you're in a lot of sun or a lot of rain or whatever, right? So why don't all the other ones include the roof? So yeah, that was another reason why I went with the CF-Moto. It already came well equipped with a lot of that stuff. The main reason why I went with this machine, well, before I get to the main reason, I'll talk about something else. More of a reason of why it didn't really play into why I bought this machine. A lot of people think people go with CF-Moto because of the price, because they're so much cheaper than the other brands. These days, I find that really wasn't the case anymore. I guess in some of the other models maybe, but I had it narrowed down to 4 machines. It was a Can-Am Maverick 1000 Sport. That was a 60-inch machine. Polaris Trail S 1000, also 60-inch. And Polaris Razor XP 1000, which was 64-inch. And this 950, which is also 64-inch. So those are the 4 machines that I narrowed it down to which one I was going to get. In regards to price, CF-Moto was indeed, out of the 4, was indeed the cheapest. And I think the XP 1000 I think was the most expensive. But the difference in price between the CF-Moto and the XP 1000 was I think only like a couple $1,000. So not a whole lot when you look at the overall price of the machines. So price really, between those 4 machines, really had nothing to do with it. Now, of course, if you're stepping up, you know, this 950, this is kind of the top tier of the CF-Moto. But, I mean, if you're going up to an XP, a Razor XP Pro, or, you know, a Can-Am X3 or something like that, then you're miles and miles above, price-wise and performance-wise, for that matter, of what the CF-Moto is. But of the 4 machines that I picked, price really did not play into it at all. But the main reason why I bought CF-Moto was the warranty. So here in Canada, at least, CF-Moto comes with, every CF-Moto comes with a 5-year warranty in Canada. The first year is pretty much bumper to bumper warranty. The next 4 years, it's what I would call a standard warranty. Lubricated parts, wet surfaces they call it, which is what all the other machines have. So this is 5-year, almost bumper to bumper, I'll say, and then 4-year standard warranty after that. Polaris comes with a 1-year standard warranty, and Can-Am comes with a 6-month standard warranty, which 6 months, in my opinion, you might as well just not get a warranty, just well say you don't have a warranty. It's 6 months, I mean, that's nothing. Of course, you can extend your warranty for an extra 4 years, on the Polaris at least anyways, but that costs an extra $5,000. And again, it only covers the standard type of warranty, which in my opinion, if you're paying that much for an extended warranty, you're essentially paying for your repairs and stuff up front. I mean, that's a lot of money to add on for just a standard type of warranty. Now, that being said, I did pay an extra, I think it was either $1,800 or an extra $2,000. I'm not 100% sure. That essentially extended my full coverage warranty out for the entire 5 years instead of just the 1 year and then 4 year standard. I now have all 5 years, even down to the CV boots, you know, the little rubber boot that covers the CV joints and stuff. Even that's covered under the warranty on this. So that was the main thing that I, and of course also from just from personal experience, a lot of my friends do have Can-Ams and Polaris and stuff like this. I know a buddy of mine, he does have an XP1000 as well, and he's all the time ordering parts for it. This is broken, that's broken, this is wore out. It's just a full-time job, it seems. So that kind of steered me away from Polaris a bit. I do have a Polaris machine here myself. I do have a 2011 HO500 that I've had since 2011. And I mean, that thing has been rock solid. There's only 8,500 kilometers on it, which, given the age, is not really a whole lot. But I mean, it's still on its original build, original bearings. The only thing that I've changed in that machine is a starting solenoid about 2 years after I bought it. That's the only thing. Everything else is as it came. But that's the ATV, and I even hear their ATVs are having a bit of trouble now. So, but anyways, guys, starting to ramble a bit now. But yeah, so that's the reason that drove me towards CF-Moto. Whether it was a good choice or not, too early to tell. I've only had this now, like I said, just over a month, and I only have like 330, 340 kilometers or so. So too early to tell if it was a good choice, but it's a choice I made, and those are the reasons that I made that choice. I'd also like to say, if Ben Mayhew is watching this video, Ben, if you could send me an email, I'll put my email on the screen here as well as in the description. If you could just send me a quick message so I can get your email address, that'd be good. So anyways, guys, as always, thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. Hope you stay tuned for the upcoming videos. A few additions to the machine. Hope to do some videos around the cabin here soon as well. Have a bit of cleaning up to do when the weather cools down a little bit. Yeah, and as always, leave a comment, leave a like, leave a dislike, whatever you want. So anyways, guys, have a good rest of your week, and hope you stay tuned for upcoming videos.